I'm back with another triggering topic. Today's topic is Latto.
I'm like spicy white.
Latto has built a massive platform based on a specific aesthetic and sound, aka Black American women. But when you look at the receipts, there's a disconnect between the community she profits from and the identity she claims. Now, today we're going to break down the evidence, the appropriation, and why accepting this plays directly into the harmful history of the one drop rule and causes the erasure of Black American women specifically.
I'm like spicy white.
You like seasoned white.
Seasoned white. Oh, I love white chicks.
What is it about the movie that you're so drawn to?
Probably because I'm white.
Did you identify as black or mixed or what?
I don't I don't like identifying with anything like specific. I rather, if I have to be something, I would say I'm biracial, mulatto. I don't like saying I'm white or black.
That's a word I don't hear very often.
Right.
Mulatto is a term to refer to a person's born of one white parent and one black parent, or
Correct.
the person's born to a mulatto parent or parents. Okay, so once you started using that name, how did black people react to that?
Oh, people, I get I get flack to this day for that name. For me, it's not that deep. It's me embracing who I am. And it's hard to express to someone that wouldn't know the struggles that mixed people do experience. So it's kind of something that I just brush off my shoulders, and I don't even care to explain it to people. You wouldn't understand it because you don't live that. You know what I'm saying? I used to be very insecure about my race growing up. Just being the light-skinned, long, blonde-haired girl in a majority black school, you get a lot of hate for that.
Is there any slang that I should know about? Some ATL slang?
We be like, on God.
On God.
On God. Yeah. We be like, hey, you talking about?
Who you talking about? Did I do
It's
it?
like a TAMMAT, like
Who,
talking.
who you talking about?
Yeah.
No, that's so
And what you're looking at up here on the screen is a rough guesstimate that ChatGPT used of how many times Latto has used the N-word in her songs and in her music. Now, Latto's whole persona is a blatant ripoff of Black American women, and more specifically, one of the most hated subgroups of Black American women, which would be a hood or quote unquote ghetto or street Black American woman. But she is able to sit in this role and persona and still be elevated and taken seriously because she is a biracial woman and has the privilege to be able to indulge in supposedly stereotypical behavior without being stereotyped or demonized for certain behaviors. Now, what I find to be extremely problematic is that Latto wants to use the N-word. She wants to partake in Black American culture, and she wants access to all parts of Blackness unhindered with no restrictions, but yet she would go on live TV or these podcasts, wherever she is, and call herself YT and mulatto and say that she doesn't identify as Black. And make no mistake about it, I'm good with her not calling herself Black. I'm not one of those people that think that biracial people should call themselves Black. You don't have to, because you're not Black. You're biracial, and I understand that you're both. And because you're both, you should be recognized as something else entirely separate from a fully Black monoracial person. But what I do think is nutty is that she can sit there and say that being biracial is an experience that no one would understand unless they are that, but then not apply that to the Black American experience that she is literally cosplaying. So you can come into the Black American world and pretend that you know everything there is to know about it when you don't. You can come in and use the N-word when you shouldn't even let that come out of your mouth if you would ever dare call yourself YT. And my thing is, Latto will never understand what it is to be a monoracial Black woman and the privileges that she has. But I think it's also wild to come in the community and use it for profit, clout, and cultural capital, and then turn around and not identify as that. And not only to not identify, but to say it proudly and publicly as you are literally graping a community. It doesn't make any sense. When the only reason you are able to do what you are doing is because a lot of black people who are lost, who are uneducated, and who are ignorant still use the one drop rule and identify you as black. And if you do identify as spicy YT, then why are you not entering YT spaces and getting access from them to their communities? Why are you not doing that? Why are you with the people that you don't identify as, using their slurs and using words and slang that you don't even identify with, or a community that doesn't even resonate with you? Why are you doing this? In my opinion, that means that you are looking down on the very people that you expect to support you.
My assistant and my hairstylist and my best friend and my pet fucking orangutan.
Words matter. Words mean things. And oftentimes there is truth in jokes. Now, if you remember the earlier video where Latto said that she was the long hair, blonde, in an all black school, so of course she's gonna get hate. If you don't understand the underlying feeling of superiority with that comment, that she believes that she is superior because of those traits, I don't know what to tell you, because she proved it by sitting there and calling her so-called black best friend an ape. And someone that isn't aware of the disrespect, or that is disrespectful, a girl that is raised by a YT woman, a person that doesn't understand the optics, a biracial, half YT woman calling a full black woman an ape, if she isn't aware of that, I don't know what to say. You shouldn't be invited in any spaces. You shouldn't be able to partake in any part of black culture, because why don't you know that? That means that you have no business being in black American culture on any avenue, in any way. Black people were dehumanized and called apes by the side of her that she is acknowledging publicly. Black people were also called the N-word and strange fruited by those same people that she is willing to say that she is one of. And once again, she doesn't have to call herself black. I'm not saying that. I understand that she is biracial. But my thing is, only one group that I saw in my research, she was willing to publicly identify as just that one. And somehow it wasn't the group where she makes the majority of her money from. What does that tell you? The fact that the world truly feels as if they can profit from black people while simultaneously degrading them and looking down on them and actively causing harm, whether it is societal harm or actual physical harm, is ridiculous. And I want to say this. The thing is that biracial, multiracial, and non-black people do this continuously to the black community. They use black people for cultural capital, for money, clout, clicks, and views, and appropriate them. And it will never stop. This will never stop. We will never stop being taken advantage of until we stop being so inviting. And anyone that seems like they like our style, we sit there and say, oh, that's great, that's great, that's great. And we sit there and offer everything up. Until we stop allowing anyone with a drop of black blood access to everything that our community is, until we stop giving them the keys to our city, these things will continue to happen. Let me say, the one drop rule originated in slavery. We are no longer slaves. They said that everyone with a drop of black blood was black because they believed that black was less than. That's why literally no other groups do it, because everyone thinks that black people are on the bottom. They think that black people are the lowest. Now, hypo descent, which is the social and legal practice of automatically assigning a person with mixed race to the racial group with the lowest social, economic, or historical standing. It essentially dictates that an individual inherits the social status of their subordinate parent, even if the majority of their genetic ancestry belongs to the socially dominant group. Once again, this is why people will call Latto black, even though she looks to be more whitey than she is black. And let me say, when you allow biracial women like Latto, and even non-black people like Cardi B with a distant African ancestry to come in the community and appropriate and use the N-word and even say racially insensitive things to fully black people, you perpetuate the fact that black people are the lowest. That's not true, but that is what you tell the entire world. You reinforce that black people need to stay at the bottom, that they are at the bottom where they should be, while simultaneously, which is crazy, black people are looked at like they are at the bottom, while simultaneously being the most influential people. But once again, people view blackness as worthless and nothing, and they expect that we are supposed to be the goodwill, willing to accept anyone and anything and allow them to claim our culture. Shout out to K-pop. But that is the reason why people of other races don't do that. No one else does that except black people. No one else is even expected to do that except black people. And the reason why is because these other groups have higher racial self-esteem. They have a higher racial self-esteem than the collective of black people. And that has got to change. We are being taken advantage of. And a lot of it is because a lot of us do feel that we're on the bottom. And I think that that's something else we have yet to address. The brainwashing of black people and the low racial self-esteem of black people. And let me ask you this. What has being so accepting and loving done for us? Do you see this? That clip really pissed me off. Like, y'all don't understand. It's funny, but yet it really made me mad because everybody there was just purely buck broken, purely weak and colonized. Because do you think that anyone would allow black people into a space that they dominate and praise us for being mediocre? They wouldn't even praise us if we were the best there. And this type of insanity must stop. Being accepting and loving has never gotten us anywhere except played and looked at as goofies. And when you accept a Latto into black culture and allow them to participate in so-called ghetto behaviors and allow them a pass while dragging fully black women, that is destructive. When you allow a Latto into black culture and allow her to run rampant with her use of the N-word while saying, I ain't black though, I ain't black, I ain't black, I ain't black, but I am spicy white though, That is problematic. When you put cultural appropriators with fake black sense like Latto on a pedestal while not even pedestalizing the black women whose culture she is taking from, that is erasing black women. Latto has a white tea mama. Where would she have gotten this persona from? Because I know, like you know, that her mama don't got the sauce. We know that. This is nothing but pure cosplaying. Calling Latto a successful black rapper erases fully black women who can't get where Latto can be because they aren't biracial and of a certain complexion. It completely ignores and does not even address why she can do what she is doing. Allowing a woman who doesn't even claim blackness to occupy spaces, get opportunities, and rock aesthetics that are meant for and belong to black women, it actively pushes fully black women out of the conversation and out of the spaces. And I really think that it's time that we as a community evaluate who we allow to represent the culture and whether we are actively participating in our own erasure by upholding outdated rules of hypo descent and the one drop rule. But y'all let me know where you stand on this. Do you think that she's appropriating or not? Do you think that her claiming to be white tea while using the N-word is inappropriate or not? But before I go, I just want to make this clear. I have no problem with biracial or multiracial people. I acknowledge you, but I will never understand your experience as a biracial or multiracial individual. And it would be crazy for me to call myself biracial or multiracial because I'm not, and I will never understand your experience, right? So in that, my experience will never be your experience. As a fully black monoracial woman, you will never understand me. And it would be crazy for you to call yourself a black woman because you are not. Just like I am not what you are. But you know what? I digress. If you watched this whole video and you truly enjoyed it, then please do me a favor and drop a 777 down below in the comments. And if you can't donate to my Cash App above, they'll support the channel. That's no problem at all. Just do your girl a free favor. Follow me on my second channel, Certified Overreactions. Follow your girl on TikTok. I do live stream there. Follow your girl here. Hype, hype, hype. My video up. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and all of that good stuff. And as always, ladies, you know I really love to hear from y'all. So please drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.